Good morning. Here we go again. Actually, I've been out 2 other times this week. Probably not going to upload those videos. Just mostly because I sounded terrible. I didn't feel so terrible actually. Sounded terrible. And just was talking absolute drivel. I mean, not much change there, it has to be said, but I'm just going to put it down to not feeling so well. Anyway, all sorts of problems with the Wahoo again. It's got to be the Wahoo, it can't be all the other sensors, can it? I mean, if it was one sensor, you would think, yeah, there's an issue there. However, no heart rate data, no power meter, no cadence. It is managing to tell me my speed though, and which gear I'm in. Oh well. Yeah, so I guess it has to be said that the power readings I've been getting over the last couple of weeks, a bit too high. They've got to be too high, haven't they? I did a little sprint up Peters Hill on the way back on Wednesday, I think. And now that is a 950 to about 1100 watts sprint, you know, for about 3 seconds. It showed up as 1200, so that's definitely not right. So is it the Wahoo? It has to be the Wahoo garbling the figures, surely. If it's having all these problems connecting the sensors and what have you, it's got to be, hasn't it? I managed to connect the... oh, I might have to stop talking for a minute. Oh yeah, drivetrain's a bit... That'll calm down in a minute. I'll tell you what, let's just put it in the easy gear for a minute. Oh, listen to that. St George's Road. Is it going to give me grade? No, don't know if it is. Yeah, so not many stats to show today. And probably best to ignore most of the ones you've seen so far. And maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get a new head unit for Christmas. There we go. Yeah, that's very typical of the kind of hills we have around here. All or nothing. Short and sharp, flat at the top. Can't really work yourself in, get any kind of rhythm going, because as soon as you've started them, when you start to get used to it, they finish. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's not picking anything up. I can connect to the power meter with the phone app. Ah, Mr. Fox. I'm sure the power meter's okay. I know the heart rate on my Garmin watch is broadcasting. So that's okay. What can you do? It's obviously having a brain fade, isn't it? So this is the Wahoo Roam version 1. And I was an early adopter, so very much a version 1. One of the first to come out. I couldn't tell you how old it is. But it's been solid and reliable up till now. I've never really had to do factory resets before. I don't remember doing many. I think when I've had new sensors to add, I might have done it on one occasion, because it's one of those times when I put the power meter on, and I got the new Garmin watch, and it just seemed a good idea just to clear everything down and get rid of any old sensors. Yeah, and start fresh, as it were. Ooh. Right. I wonder why they put Queen's Park Stadium. Makes no sense. We're talking about Bournemouth Stadium, Vitality Stadium. It's in Kings Park. Queen's Park has a golf course. I can't think of anywhere that's a stadium. There we go, there's the sign. Kings Park. Yes, of course, I read it wrong. Probably did. It was probably arrows. Queen's Park that way, stadium that way. Wasn't it? Yeah, come on. It's early in the morning, give me a moment. I guess there's a few of it. Come on, get the mouth moving. I guess there's a few of you out there that remember Kings Park as a thoroughfare. You could drive all the way through from Folkestone through to Holdenhurst Road, but yeah, that's not the case. Hasn't been for a long time, actually. You know, there's all this chat about bicycle infrastructure and pedestrian this, that and the other, but actually it was happening many years ago. Certainly around here it was. It had already been recognised that the car was stifling the town, and we needed safe places where people could go. So it's not so yeah, it's not such a new thing. Obviously the Dutch really got carried away with what they did, and we are many years behind. But yeah, that's not to say it hasn't been happening for a long time. It certainly has. Right, is there a dog? Morning.
Morning, all right.
Right, no dog. Yes, there's football pitches here for weekend league matches, and obviously a great place to bring your dog. And if running is your thing, well, you know, everybody's got their everybody's got their drug, I guess, when it comes to health and fitness. Then, yeah, you see quite a lot of runners come through here as well, and it does bypass Boscombe and the busy roads if you want to get to Southbourne from where we are. So it's become a very useful route. These are the changing rooms here for the football. Still a little bit of a rat run through here. Yeah, I mean, that road is so very narrow. It probably shouldn't really have traffic going down it anymore. It is only a shortcut. But hey, let's not worry about that too much. Yeah, good place for the van lifers along here. I don't know where these caravans are from, but anyway, yes, you do get, as you can see, a couple of vans. There's a couple here. The van lifers do like to park up under here. Free parking all year round. And nice and quiet. Grass areas, what have you. No traffic whizzing past all night. Right, which way should we go? I can hear you. There we go. So again, no real heroics, just getting out, turning the legs over, recovering from my cold. I'm over the hump for sure. Last 3 days have been slow and thick, let's say, but definitely going in the right direction. But let's hope, you know, I'm firing up the metabolism for the day, burning a few extra calories, just to show her support. Julie brought home a chocolate Yule log the other night because it was on offer. So I returned the favour last night by buying her some baklava or baklava, depending on where you're from and how you pronounce it. Yeah, you know, yeah, a bit tit for tat, but yeah, sometimes you just got to have a bit of a laugh. we're not very good at supporting each other with this sort of thing, because my idea of support is making suggestions on what she should be doing, which obviously never goes down well. And her support comes in the form of telling me what I shouldn't be doing, and then buying a chocolate log. But whatever we have, it does work, so I'm very grateful for. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, I have had 2 other rides this week. I did record them, I did film them. There you go. Ninja runner. If I hadn't have heard his feet, I wouldn't have seen him. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, I just sounded really snotty and horrible, and I do feel I was rambling a bit, going over the same thing again and again and again and again. I mean, this is only the 3rd time I've probably mentioned her previous rides, so still rambling, but yeah, not quite to the extent I was earlier in the week. Oh, this is Bellevue Road, by the way. It runs parallel to the Clifftop Road from Southbourne down towards Hengistbury Head. It actually takes you to Tuckton Roundabout, Tuckton Bridge. Doesn't actually, take you to Hengistbury Head, but there's always the Broadway. You can go down if you want to get to Hengistbury Head from this road. Now, the Broadway. That's a long, straight, wide road. Fantastic in one direction, absolute nightmare in the other. That's why I think if you're going to do the sprint along Hengistbury Head or the Broadway, to make it valid, you have to do it in both directions. And I believe the Strava segments do have one way, the other way, and both directions. And rightly so. Nice and flat though. So, if gravity's not your thing, certainly not mine, then yeah, get your aero bike out, your TT bike, give it a crack. Got a good long straight line. Only one junction in the middle where you may have to yield to other traffic, give them priority. And in truth, that's only on the way back out. Right, Bellevue Hill. Right, nothing behind me. We'll head along the Broadway. Actually, it's not the Broadway, it's Broadway. We have many Broadways around Bournemouth, it seems. I mean, there's 3 I can think of off the top of my head. As you can see, lovely and wide and straight. Some potholes maybe, some bumps. but you can see them coming. I feel this is slightly too easy. Second police vehicle I've seen this morning. Maybe they do come out at night. Mr. Fox. Yeah, this is too easy. Holding about 19 miles an hour without really trying. So other than people crossing, just here, you should have priority. It's nice and clear, you can see anyway. They do actually sweep the bike path there, the bike gate. They don't do that everywhere. Do have to look out for parked cars here, dog walkers walking out. However, this time in the morning, not an issue. Yeah, still holding 19. I've got a feeling it might be different on the way back. Okay, this is a turnaround point. Must sort those pedals out. No, not too bad. That's 17, and I'm having to push a bit harder. That makes sense, because this should be into the prevailing wind. Back up to 19. Definitely harder. Okay, this is where you would have to give priority. Now bushes on the left. Get a bit lower, I suppose. Yeah, much harder. Good little effort though. I'm dying to cough. There we go. That might ease things. Okay, go ahead. Okay, relax the breathing. There we go. What we got? No lights, can't hear anything. That was alright. Impaired breathing slightly, but take a moment to relax. Going up Bellevue Hill. Yeah, the nose is blocked completely. Lots of cold air going in. Alright, let's relax. There we go. Bellevue Hill is actually not that difficult. I mean, it is at the moment for me. But it's not as long and it's not as steep as I think it is. It's only because I'm local and I know it, I think it's harder. It's really not. A few more van lifers along here. Doesn't matter what it says on the side of the van, you can always see curtains around the front, the cab, chimneys, yeah, power ports on the side, vents for fridges. There's always things that give it away. Okay, now I'm at the top. This could be done, but hey, it's not what it's about, is it? Let's go down to the bottom and climb all the way up the coast road and head back. I don't know if I mentioned about my gloves. The seam on the middle finger on the right hand there just catches the downshift button when I'm trying to shift up. I mean, that doesn't happen without the gloves. But Yeah, I'm gradually getting used to that, so it's not happening nearly as much now. You know, file, save as, putting it into muscle memory. Definitely getting used to the button positions on this wheel top EDS. Still faultless. One of the problems with the Wahoo is that it's telling me low battery on the rear derailleur. Connect the app, it says 17,000 shifts still available, so another little anomaly on the Wahoo. Okay. Very pleasant morning actually. It said 5 degrees on the app. Certainly not that. It's nice and warm. The wind is not chilly at all. Even though it's wet on the ground, that's just overnight dampness. Yeah, the UK in the winter, grey and damp. Mostly. Yeah, not rain. We went out last night in the car, do a few little jobs, and you could see moisture in the headlight beams, but there wasn't rain as such. Have we got a grade for this? I have no idea. It's only like 1 or 2% this one. Usually into the wind, which makes it more like 4 or 5. There's that DS again. Yeah, black Citroen DS. The type that French leaders used to drive around in. Anyway. Yeah, it feels like 4 or 5 sometimes because of the headwind. Not too much of that today. Made it up in the big ring. It's definitely a big ring climb. Most days for me. And as you can tell, 2-word only sentences at the moment. Whoa, squeezed a few more out there. Onto the flat. Breathing starts to recover quite quick actually. I'm really quite pleased with that at the moment. One of my problems, well, not problems, but fitness for me is definitely about the heart rate and the breathing. I've been, as it turns out, very fortunate throughout my working life to stay fit and active. I did drive a lorry for some years, but not every day, and there was quite a lot of lifting and shoving things around and what have you during that. So it wasn't just sat on my arse all day driving. And every other job I've had, lifting, shifting, manual work. So I suppose without thinking about it, I've got stronger over the years. And even though, yes, I am overweight, morbidly obese, call it what you want, I did for some years when I had a medical have 60% body muscle, and I'm still close to that today. Yeah, just below 55% body muscle. And still capable of lifting and shifting things. So for me, the issue I have is with the heart and lungs. The muscles are there and they're always saying, yes, 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 you can do this. The legs are there. Yes, yes, yes. Keep pedaling. No problem, we're ready. And the heart and lungs are just like, no! It's very, 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 very rare that the legs ever say, we've had enough. Yeah, my heart can be beating out my chest, stitch, lungs bursting, but the legs fine. They just keep pushing. And of course that's all to do with the weight. Like here, I'm over pushing. I don't know what my cadence is. I'm guessing it's about 40. Legs, no problem. Not even aching. So I guess that's what losing weight is all about for me. Let's get the heart and lungs working properly again. When we were in Mallorca last October, not the one just gone, one before, I just seemed to be able to do anything. It didn't matter. 10%, 12%. 6% for 4 kilometers. It just didn't matter. Yeah, when I had my rhythm going, I just unfortunately rode away from people. Not because I chose to, but because that was my rhythm. You know, everything was set, heart rate was under control. Legs were pushing nicely. You know, I found a gear. Yeah, it's just one of those things. When it's right, isn't it? Not necessarily fast. Not necessarily faster than anybody else. There are a lot of people faster than me up hills, obviously. But yeah, trying to do something unnatural, way of cadence and power on the bike, I find that very difficult, and I just end up getting slower and slower. Now I'm not in that position at the minute. I really do need to lose the weight and get back to that. I don't need to be faster than other people. I just need to be able to find that place where everything's working nicely. Doesn't happen very often at the moment. Right. There's a beautiful view there that you're not seeing. That's fine. Last weekend we had Storm Dara came through, and it was particularly vicious, to be honest. Definitely not a weekend to be out on the bike. But the weekdays were, in the mornings certainly, were not that bad. There we go. Curtains at the windows. Coming down for a morning dip, maybe. A lot of people do. No, you're not going to reverse, are you? It's just a bit of a funny angle to park at. Right, there we go. Right, nice, easy. Oh, hello. No, that's too easy. Wow. I mean, it won't be too easy in a minute. Yeah, not so easy now. Again, I just gotta relax. Yeah, so Julie's going to the gym several times a week. I think she's feeling fitter, but she seems to be complaining of niggles. I hope she's not overtraining. Still not doing enough miles on the bike for my liking. You know. Ninja runner. Probably thinks he's easy to see in a yellow t-shirt. Yeah, I think has been noted in the comments. You can't beat saddle time for bike fitness. Let's get this pedal done. I thought it was a loose cleat, but it's not. Okay, it's time 6:10. This is my original GRX chainring at the front there. I do need to check it. The changes at the front, a little bit sluggish. Still only about half a turn, half a rotation or so. Right, what we got? All good. But some of that might Okay, there's a couple of things. The wheel top EDS is in casual mode, so that's its slowest and easiest mode. Saves the most battery, and this is the slowest shift. There is a race mode available, should that be your thing. But also, interesting. Anyway, the other thing is, because it's my original GRX chainring, it's possible that the lifters are a bit worn down. It's a few years old now, and I do use the front derailleur a lot, so it's definitely worth checking, I think. There we go. Yes, you can use the wheel top rear derailleur under power, no problem. Yeah, it might be worth just a check. Teeth seem to be fine. I have been continuing with the waxing. It does seem to prevent wear, unlike obviously lubricants that pick up dust and dirt and just grind away your drivetrain. Now, I'm not sure it's the right thing for deepest, darkest winter. Dirt and gravel, rain. Maybe then you do have to go to a wet lube and just accept that your drivetrain is under attack. But certainly up till now, waxing seems to have made a huge difference to the longevity of the parts. Dear oh dear. These gloves are definitely going in the wash. I might go up Richmond Hill. I looked up my fastest time the other day because I wasn't sure what it was. It was a rather mediocre 1 minute 12. That said, even when I was at my I don't know how to put it, lightest, fittest, most cyclist-like self, I don't think I've ever had a real go at it. I certainly won't be having a real go at it today. But yeah, I think we'll head up through Merrick Park today. Nice gradual climb home. It's coming up to 6:15. I usually look to be home by 7, maybe just after if I fancy the extra miles. Car back, but I'm going first. Yeah, it followed me round. There is an island down here, so he's going to have to wait. Yeah, he's up behind me now, so he's doing the right thing. Alright, Westover Road. All clear behind again. Yeah, Westover Road. Pavilion Theatre there. The ice rinks, the gym. Wagamamas. Boutique shops. Boarded up cinemas. But I think the secret here is to look up, because you can see the architecture. Gives you a bit of history. Right. I got a feeling this won't change. No, I could be... Oh no, there we go, look at that. I was wrong. I'm sure I've sat there before and I had to wait for a car to come along. There we go. Italian and seafood. 7 bone burgers. Something else. Cocktails maybe. Right, well, let's go this way, just so you can see the pedestrian bit. The old Christchurch Road. Yeah, so this used to be a through road. Pavements weren't very wide. You can see photos of it actually if you look online. You have narrow pavements, 2 lanes of traffic, throngs of people spilling out onto the road, going in and out the shops, and yeah, cars going in both directions. Absolute madness. So yeah, this is definitely an improvement. And I guess if you want people to come to the centre of town, you've got to make it a pleasant experience, haven't you? And people say, oh, but if you can't park, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't seem to make any difference. People seem to enjoy the safety, the peace and tranquility, more than worry about the parking. Oh, you know. Thank you, mate. Yeah, so here we go, Horseshoe Common, where the weekend revellers come. This all becomes pedestrian. I think taxis and that might be allowed through, I'm not sure. A lot of eateries along here. Right, let's go up this way. Madeira Road. Police station and the law courts up here. Brand new police station just built. It looks like a prison. I suppose in a way it kind of is. And there's a big law courts building down near the hospital now. So yeah, the courts are not here anymore. I don't believe so anyway. Not even a little local court, I don't think. But as you can see, Horseshoe Common, police station. Any disorderly conduct, the police are never too far away. A lot of university accommodation here as well. A couple of Battenbergs outside. Oh, quite a few actually. I guess even the police have trouble finding parking, even in their own house. Right, car coming, but no, this is all mine. Passing over the Wessex Way. Asda and the train station on the right hand side, and the Richmond Hill turn on the left there, and I'm heading to Cemetery Junction, one of the busiest junctions in town, but I don't know, doesn't really hold much fear. Not for me. I guess it's like anything, isn't it? As long as everybody does what they're supposed to, there shouldn't be any fear at all. It's just being aware that that might not happen. But 99% of the time it does. So I try not to worry about things that haven't happened or might happen. I just try and stay aware that things could happen in the moment. Brompton. Well, just for a change, I think I'll go straight on and back down Winton High Street. Oh no. Bad timing. It was just on amber as I came around the corner there. I could go the subway, but stick to the route. Not that there is a route, but you know what I mean. I think in the dark especially, you're always in somebody's headlights because there's lights coming from every direction. So even if you're side on to people, they should still see you because you're illuminated. I have reflective stripes on this jacket, which are really very bright. And even though I'm aware that when you come inside onto a car, maybe at a T-junction, they probably still can't see you. At a junction like that, there's plenty of street lights, headlights coming from all directions. Somebody somewhere will be lighting you up. Oh, nothing behind. Okay. Still on Wimborne Road, even though we changed direction, and down into Winton. Traffic lights just ahead, known as Winton Banks. All of the banks were represented there. The only difference these days is that there are no banks now on the corners of Winton Banks, and they're all antique shops or bars or school for English on the other corner there. Winton Pharmacy, Pizza Hut, School of English, antique shop and Buffalo Bar. First bank is Lloyd's just there. They used to be on the corner, I believe, but I think they took over that TSB branch there when the merger was split again, because it had better disabled access, wheelchair access. Yeah, a lot of the old buildings weren't thought upon like that, were they? And it made more sense for them to keep that more modern building. I think HSBC was the second to last, and then Santander moved out a year or so ago, a couple of years ago actually now. And there's only Lloyd's and Halifax left, and Lloyd's shuts one day a week. Ah, Mr. Fox. So that's it. I'm back. So, if you've ridden along with me this far, thank you for sticking with it. And I don't know, will there be an update on Wahoo Gate? It is becoming frustrating. It's never played up like this before, so it's just the way it is, isn't it? Consumer electronics, good enough for people like you and I. And if you have to buy one every 3-5 years, yeah, whatever. And I guess we go with it, don't we? Kind of have to in a way. Right. Anyway, if you're still there, thank you for seeing it through to the end, and yeah, come and join me on another one soon, let's hope. The weather is holding. If it stays like this, I've got no excuse. I've got to get out, get up and get after it. It's the only way.